Hey guys, this is Christian here. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that's going to be really helpful for you guys who are making $1,000 per month, 2,000, 3,000, or even $5,000 or more. This video is going to be helpful for you guys because you guys are already monetizing, you're already making some revenue, some profit with your business. So this video is going to help you, how to snowball and be able to progress even faster than what you're progressing right now. And it's going to be simply touching on how to reinvest your money. And I'm not talking about buying crypto, buying gold, or stock options or things like that. I'm talking about like ways that you can directly invest in yourself or in your business that are going to allow you to make even more money and, just like grow quicker, right? Because the whole point of, making money is yes, so that we can enjoy it, right? So we can have fun. We can buy things that we want to buy, help people, friends and family by giving them money. That's why we become entrepreneurs. That's why we make money. But you also have to be intelligent about it. You also have to think about, okay, this bit of money that I have, I could blow it on something fun. I could buy a different item. I can give it away to family or friends. Or what I could do is just hold this money for now and reinvest it. And it's going to allow me to make 2 times, 5 times, 10 times, even 100 times more. And then when I have a better position, when I have more money, when I have more to give, then I'll start to give to my friends and family. That's when I'll start to, buy some things, enjoy the fruit of my labor, right? So that's pretty much the outlook that I want you guys to have, right? Yes, I want you to enjoy your money. Yes, I want you to buy things that you always dreamed of having. But I'm going to be talking about like a way that you can, exponentially grow your income. And you're not always going to have to be reinvesting forever. Eventually, you're going to have to spend the money on things that you enjoy and, with people that, you love and you care for, right? So I'm going to be just talking about like the things that, are that 80-20, right? The things that are really important. And one of the first things that you should look to invest whenever you start to make money, right? So let's get into it, guys. So let's assume that you're making $1,000, 2,000, maybe 3,000, $5,000 or more. You started to make some money with your online business. Maybe you have a YouTube channel or a personal brand that's generating you, money with your audience. Maybe you get some ad revenue. Maybe you do some paid shout outs, some paid promos, or you're like a service provider, right? Maybe you have a couple copywriting clients, editing clients, or you do some type of service and you charge people, right? So you have a business that, serves clients, maybe serves businesses, and you collect money from these clients, right? So whatever business model you have to like think about, okay, what can I do that's going to allow me to make even more money, right? And the reason why you want to do this is because if you start to invest on things that give you greater leverage, greater output, it's going to allow you to make even more money. For example, let's think about, let's say you're a content editor, right? You post content on YouTube and you also have a couple clients that pay you for editing, right? So in this case, it's really important that you have a very good phone or a very good laptop, right? Because you're editing on the phone or you're editing on your laptop, you need to have a high quality device that's going to allow you to, export the videos quick enough, handle the work that you're doing, right? Because when you start to edit videos, especially really complicated videos, your computer's going to heat up. It's going to struggle if you have a bad computer. So it's really important that you invest in your tools, right? So let's say, for example, even if you're like running an agency or you're a copywriter, if you get a good laptop that allows you, to see the screen at a decent size, it has a decent keyboard, and it just runs fast, right? You'll be able to, write copy faster. You'll be able to, finish, the projects or the client work a lot faster. So one of my first, recommendations, if you're still in those initial stages of making money, is you have to upgrade your tools, right? So if you have an iPhone 11, get an iPhone 16, get like the newest iPhone possible. And if you have, a really old laptop for $100, $200, try to upgrade your laptop, right? Try to buy a desktop, try to buy a monitor, try to buy a better phone, maybe better internet, maybe a better desk or a better computer church. Just try to invest in the tools that make you money, right? So this is like the first stage, right? First, you want to invest on what helps you make money. So ideally, you want to upgrade your phone or your computer. But if you already have this, pretty decent, then you can, upgrade some monitors, some, desk or even a chair or anything that's going to allow you to, work even better, right? It could be like, I don't know, it could just be a pillow or something, or, better mouse, better keyboard, some things like this, right? You want to invest in your workstation and your tools and this type of stuff, because you have to realize that these things are what actually, you're going to be using all the time, right? If you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, you're going to be on your desk, on your computer a long time, right? You're not going to be there 1 hour, maybe 2 hours, right? You're going to be there like several hours, sometimes even 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 hours, right? So it's really important that you have the highest quality device. If you have the best work environment possible, right? So this is stage one. Stage one is investing, phone, computer, desk, and, whatever is going to help you do better work and, work for longer, right? Because you don't want to have back pain. You don't want to have, eye strain from your eyes getting tired because you're looking at a tiny screen that's cracked, or things like this. So first stage is to invest in your tools, invest in like your work environment, and then stage two, once you've like upgraded your computer, you upgraded your phone, you have like a decent chair and decent desk with a good keyboard and a good setup. That's like the first stage, right? Once you have this cleared out, the next thing that I would recommend you guys to start to invest in is start to invest in communities, courses, mentorship, or things like this, right? Because once you have all the tools, the only thing that's stopping you from being able to scale and to make even more money is, your knowledge, right? And you can even argue that you could skip stage one and go straight to this, but personally, I think that stage one is more important because it's just hard to do output. It's hard to do good work if you just have like the worst environment, right? So first do stage one, and then the next immediate stage that you need to do is stage two, right? Stage two is, but join a school community, join a Discord community, join a WAP, or something like this that's gonna allow you to learn more, right? If you're an editor, join an editing community where you can learn more tools, more things, right? And you can start to like become better at your skill. If you're a copywriter, invest in like a copywriting book, maybe join a copywriting, community, or do something that's going to allow you to improve your copy, improve your editing. And let's say, for example, you handle, YouTube channels, but you do YouTube automation, right? Start to invest in like courses, a mentor that's going to help you grow your YouTube channel faster. Try to invest in like learning more, right? And the reason why I recommend you guys to, to spend money in this area is because you have to realize that as an entrepreneur, we work with our minds, right? So it's not so much our hands or how much time we spend on the computer, all these things, right? The most important thing is what we know and what we can do with our mind, right? And when you start to like grow as an entrepreneur, you're gonna need to like extract your mind and put it inside your employees, inside your virtual assistant, inside like your team, right? So first, in the beginning, when it's just you as a solo entrepreneur, it's really important you have a good mind. You know a lot of things. You're an expert, and you could like do a lot of things, right? Because you're gonna need to do marketing, you're gonna need to do sales, you need to do operations, admin work. Maybe you need to edit your own videos. Maybe you need to do this and that. And there's a lot of things you have to do. So it's really important that you invest in like your learning and you get better as an individual, better as an entrepreneur. Because if you improve, you can give more value to your clients, to the people that watch your content, to whoever you're providing value to, or you're like making money from. If you're a more valuable individual, if you know more things, if you have more wisdom, you have more experience, and you just have the ability to do more work and provide more value to the world, that's how you'll be able to earn more money, right? So it's really important that you invest in learning more. So if you join a community, there you have people who are on the same level, maybe a couple steps ahead of you. You can learn faster because, peer-to-peer learning is one of the best ways to learn. And you can buy courses, right? It could be a video course or something like this that's going to teach you, more skills, things that you can use to be able to make more money, right? And another like higher level thing aside from, communities and courses is having a mentorship program. So a mentorship program is a little bit, more, hands-on because you might have a coach or maybe the owner of the mentorship is the one that's like directly mentoring you. And we have a mentorship, it's just accelerates your progress way quicker because that person is like checking up on you, right? Maybe it's a group call or maybe it's a one-on-one session. When you have someone like, hey, you should do this, you should implement these strategies, it's going to help you grow faster, it's going to help you progress faster. And they tell you, and they get to like diagnose your problem, right? Because you get to talk to someone, you get to ask questions and be like, hey, I'm stuck with this. And then they give you like, hey, you should do that, or you should try this, right? It's kind of like a doctor and a patient, right? You're going in there with your problems and he's telling you, hey, do this because when I had this problem, I did this and it solved these problems, right? So pretty much that's why, mentors are really valuable because they're one of those people that maybe they've already been through your situation. Maybe they've already helped people like you and they could just shortcut your progress. So courses, communities, mentorship programs, this is like stage two because if you invest in these things, even if like, let's say for example, you have $1,000, you have 2,000 or $5,000 and it's your last $5,000. If you invest in the community, you might think it's a risky move or it's like a financially responsible move. But what I'm going to tell you now is that all the people that I've met, and even myself, we've like invested in communities when that's all the money we had, right? If we only had $5,000 and we invested all of it in the community, and what ended up happening was we ended up, progressing faster, learning faster, and we made back all that money. So as long as you're investing in like the good community and a good mentor and like a good group, you'll make an ROI really quickly, right? So even if it's your last bit of money, take the risk because think about it. If you don't buy the mentorship program for $5,000, what are you gonna do with this $5,000? Are you gonna, buy video games with it? Are you gonna go out drinking with it? Are you gonna, I don't know, buy new shoes, buy new clothes, right? Think about what are you gonna buy, right? If you're gonna buy a better laptop and a better phone, okay, sure, go ahead and do that because that's stage one. And those are, tools that you're gonna use to make more money. But if you have nothing better to buy, like shoes or like video games or like concert tickets. I'm not saying to not enjoy your life and to not like enjoy the money. That's why we become entrepreneurs. That's why we want to make money online. What I'm saying is investing in mentorship programs, communities, and courses is probably like one of the highest ROI moves because it's going to help you make the money quicker and faster. Right? Let's say for example, you invest $5,000, you learn something, and it helps you make those $5,000 back. And now this knowledge that you have in your mind is with you forever. So you could use this like information again and again and just keep making so much money. And it compounds too because then you buy another mentorship program when you make more money. You join like a more advanced community, then you join another community, join another one, and over some time you're gonna have so many different mentors in your life, and so much like wisdom and so much of their experience is gonna be in your mind, and you're gonna remember, okay, this situation, this mentor told me to do this, this other mentor told me to do this, this course that I bought taught me how to do this thing, or this situation that I'm in, it reminds me of a struggle that my mentor had, or this coach told me about, right? So eventually you start to accumulate knowledge and you're just gonna be like a I don't know, like a pot of knowledge, or you're just gonna have so much information in here and it's just gonna be like you know what to do in every situation. And if you don't, you have those mentors, right? Assuming you're still in the mentorship group, you can go ahead and ask them, hey, I'm stuck in this. I know you went through this. Tell me what I should do, right? So that's stage two, invest in mentorship programs. And then stage three is I'm gonna keep this one short because I don't want the video extremely long, but stage three is investing in things that help you, position yourself better and also make yourself, feel better as an entrepreneur. For example, let's say you go on you go traveling, right? You take good photos. It helps you, grow your personal brand. It helps you grow your social media. Maybe you travel and you meet different friends, people who are also entrepreneurs. Maybe you meet people who later become your partners, or maybe they become, people you work with. So this is like the third one is like investing in your positioning, right? So this could be, travel where you get to network with people, you get to meet people, you get to see different things, you get to take, good Instagram photos, good like, content on YouTube or, TikTok or Instagram, whatever, platform you post on. And another way you can improve your positioning is also, by investing in, a better like, apartment, a better, moving to a better city, maybe a bigger city than the city you're in. Maybe you're from a small town and you just move to like the capital city of your country, or you move to a completely different country and in this city, there's just a better, better opportunities, more people to meet. Maybe there's, just like a better quality of life. And the reason why this is like a good investment is because you have to think about it. Okay. Let's say, for example, you stay where you are, you stay where like in the situation you're in, and you already, did stage one, you already improved your computer, you already bought your phone, and you started to invest in mentorship programs, you started to like invest in courses and communities. What's gonna happen is you're gonna eventually, kind of have a plateau or get stuck because you're still in the same environments, right? You're still with the same friends, with the same, family members, with the same, acquaintances or people you went to school with, or the people who are your neighbors, right? And you kind of need to like elevate your position. You have to elevate your mind. You have to elevate the way you see things. And, traveling or, upgrading your apartment or just moving cities or just moving countries. This is what this is going to allow you to do. It's going to allow you to, feel like, okay, I'm changing as an individual. And the fact that I'm in a different environment, the fact that I'm in a different place, it kind of, symbolizes the change, right? And what this does for you, it's basically, makes you more creative, makes you more need more people that eventually, contribute to your business, contribute to your growth. And this is like another thing to do. So there's a lot of ways to improve your positioning. You could just, move your apartment, you can move your city, you can move countries, you could travel, even if you still live in your hometown, but you leave to go to different cities, to different countries to travel from time to time, that's gonna improve your positioning, right? Another way is to join networks, right? So joining a network is different than like a mentorship program or a community because networks is like specifically looking for entrepreneurs, specifically looking for people in other cities or in other parts of the world that also work in the same business as you, or maybe they work at different businesses, but they have, valuable information to share with you, right? So that's another like, way to improve your positioning. So stage three is like when you start to like improve your position and start to like do things that allow you to elevate yourself and grow faster. So pretty much those are the things I wanted to tell you guys. Um, that's like the three stages, right? Anyways, guys, those are the three stages. Stage one, like I said, is invest in your tools, your laptop, your phone, your computer, your desktop, your chair, all these things, right? And stage two is invest in your learning, right? Invest in your knowledge, right? Be courses, communities, mentorship programs, you know, pay someone to coach you. And then stage three is your positioning, right? So your positioning could be traveling. It could be joining networks. It could be, moving to a more luxurious apartment, buying a better car, doing things that are gonna, make you feel more energetic, make you feel more motivational, but also elevate you as an entrepreneur, right? Because if you have, the sick apartment, if you have the nice car, you have the good social media, you have, the good highlights on your Instagram profile, people are gonna feel okay, this guy is higher status. And when you have this higher status, you also start to see yourself better, right? Your self image increases. And when your self image increases, you have a higher standard for yourself. You feel like you're like an entrepreneur that's, maybe you're a 6 figure entrepreneur, maybe you're a 7 figure entrepreneur. You feel okay. I'm at this level. I should be doing bigger things. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. I've already accomplished this. I've accomplished that. I have this car. I have this apartment. I have this lifestyle. Now you're like your mind kind of sees you as a higher position, and this also helps you take bigger risks. Make bigger moves, and be motivated to keep going higher and higher and higher. Right. So that's stage three, which is the positioning. But for most of you guys, I know if you're still making 1K, 3K, 5K, maybe even 10K, it's still, super important that you max out, stage one and stage two. And those are like the most important two, in my opinion. Stage three is once you have money, right? You want to build up your Instagram. You want to, take good photos, good, profiles, good content, right? You want to have, status, right? To show people that you know how to make money, that you really know what you're talking about because you have the lifestyle, you have the, the life to prove it, right? So stage three is like more advanced. For now, I would say focus on stage one and stage two. But anyways, guys, I hope this video was valuable for you guys. I pretty much wanted to come in here and just tell you on what to spend your money if you want to keep growing faster and faster, right? So go ahead and like this video. It's going to recommend it to more people, and more people can get access to these valuable lessons that I'm sharing on YouTube. So go ahead and like the video. It's going to recommend it to more people. More people are going to see the video. It's going to help the channel grow, and more people are going to benefit. So make sure you like the video. And number two, also subscribe and turn on notifications, because I'm posting videos every single Monday and Friday, and I've almost had like about 6 months that I've been posting videos, and I haven't missed a single upload. So if you subscribe and you turn on notifications, you'll be notified every single time I post a video on Mondays and Fridays. So go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.